When Princess Diana's own use of magic ends up royally biting her, she will need to plead her case to a being older than the Olympian gods themselves. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 14 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Wonder Woman was embroiled in mortal combat against a being of pure magic that is somehow not only a match for her in every conceivable way, but also able to appear and disappear anywhere on the earth. It was at the end of the last issue, Wonder Woman had come to the horrifying realization that this creature is actually born of her own magic, meaning that she just can't simply kill it without fearing possibly hurting herself, and while she can't kill it, she can very well put it to sleep with a spell of her own. Which, you guessed it, also ends up completely rebounding on her, knocking herself out. As Diana dreams, though, she ends up getting visited by a ghostly woman in a spiky jacket who just so happens to speak backwards. Yes, that's right, everyone. It's the absolute Zatanna. We had seen her released and weaponized by Veronica Cale a couple issues ago, but now she's actually making herself known to Wonder Woman, showing up and putting a magical binding curse on our hero, or at least I'm pretty sure that's what happened. This version of Zatanna seemingly not only casts spells by talking backwards, but she just talks backwards all the time, which gets a little annoying when it keeps going and going. Now, once Wonder Woman comes to, she ends up making the walk of shame back home to the Heron, her head held very low. You see, being around that creature not only kicked her ass, but being in its presence actually radiated the most infectious type of literal bad vibes. Wonder Woman fears that if this creature was born of her use of magic, kind of like the universe trying to balance itself, then maybe the only true way to stop it and make sure that it never hurts anyone ever again is to, well, take her own life. Jeez, that took a dark turn. Thankfully, Etta and Gaia are on hand to do the whole best friend thing, reminding Wonder Woman that the world is already pretty dark, messed up, and out of balance, and if anything, her very presence in man's world is probably doing more to actually balance the scale towards good than anything. They even make some sly little allusions to what's going on in Metropolis and Gotham, and not for the last time either. All this talk about the Earth and what it needs actually ends up giving Diana one hell of a eureka moment. She figures that if she can try and force this magical entity into one last battle, one preferably in Greece again, she thinks she might actually have what it takes to bring this thing down once and for all. However, she just can't do it from the jump. She needs to get beaten up a little first. For you see, the ancient being that Wonder Woman seeks audience with will need a sacrifice, and well, when you're dealing with ancient beings like this, blood is always a good sacrifice. But who exactly is this ace in the hole that our hero is now putting all of her faith in? Well, it turns out to be none other than Gaia, grandmother of the gods, ancient titan of the earth, and the being we usually think of most when the term Mother Earth actually comes to mind. But because this is the absolute universe, Gaia is as scary as anything else, dragging Wonder Woman deep down below the Earth's crust and almost suffocating her under a series of vines. It's all Diana can do to fight and thrash against this, which doesn't exactly do much to endear her to Gaia once they finally end up meeting face to face. And hey, speaking of giant faces, Gaia really is giving me a whole Parliament of Trees, the green vibe. I wonder if that's actually signposting anything or if it's just a coincidence. Wonder Woman tries her hardest to get Gaia on her side, saying that the world is completely out of whack and this brand new magical monster that's been dogging her is just a symptom of a much bigger, much more disastrous problem. At first, Big Face Gaia is insulted at the very insinuation that Wonder Woman could ever possibly know what's going on Earth more than her. I mean, Gaia is the frickin' Earth. But once Diana willingly opens her own heart and mind to the ancient titan, her tune quickly begins to change. In fact, we get several nice little panels showcasing a bunch of the stuff that's going on in the other absolute titles. It's after this crash course in the evils of man's world, Gaia completely changes her tune, deciding to do her best to help Wonder Woman with this magical doppelganger problem so that she can get back to helping other people. And what does Gaia's help look like? Oh, just a giant earthy fist dragging the vengeful magical specter back underground. Now, I don't know if I'm reading this right or not, but I think the idea is that while this magic doppelganger can't be killed, it can be contained, meaning that it won't be bothering Wonder Woman anytime soon. It's after that Wonder Woman returns to the Huron, this time in victory. She gets the opportunity to touch base with Steve Trevor, something she really hasn't been able to do in this little two-part story. And the two take a minute to compare some notes. Apparently, Steve has been asking around the military, and he's come back with some very fascinating intel tell mainly a bunch of what's going on with Superman and Batman over in their books, it seems that Wonder Woman isn't the only person out there challenging this world's corrupt order and bucking against the villains who are secretly pulling the strings from the shadows. Wonder Woman also lets it slip on top of everything else that's going on in her life right now. She's also been cursed by a mystery witch, but that problem might need to wait. As the comic comes to a close, Steve and Diana end up getting a picture showing the symbol of the Hecate burned into a wall in Gotham City. Which means, curse or not, Wonder Woman is going to be going on a little field trip, and so that was Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 14, everybody. An enjoyable little issue, but also one that was maybe not as strong as the issue that preceded it. Again, I know this was just a short little 2-pack of a story to act as a little palate cleanser between arcs, and it certainly succeeded on that front. I was just a little disappointed by the ultimate resolution with the evil, magical doppelganger. Mainly that it was just kind of a non-resolution. Wonder Woman rolled the dice on Gaia, ended up being correct, and Gaia dealt with the problem for her. I suppose it was nice getting to learn that Gaia and assumedly other titans exist in this world and still hold a fair amount of sway. This issue also plays around with the major overriding theme of all the Absolute books that are going on right now, and that is that this universe is not the world as it should be. It is a world corrupted and twisted by the hands of Darkseid at its very creation, and the fact that these heroes are succeeding at whatever small acts of rebellion they are is nothing short of a miracle. Art is also really good as always. Beyond that, I don't know what more to say. I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Not my favorite issue, but I am very excited for Wonder Woman to meet Absolute Batman in the next issue. Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.